We're live. Okay. Marty's first live stream, folks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm going to have to apologize. Jo typically edits these down. He bleaches my teeth. He makes my, kind of puts a little, makes me look pretty is what he does. And so right now you're getting Marty in the raw. You're pretty much used to this guy. But the reason why we're here today, folks, is because we got a very special thing. We wanted to go live because it's urgent and we wanted to share it with the masses. And that's, Jo, take it away.
New riff. 4 years in the making, guys. 4 years out the window is Rob. Swing out that and look at that real quick. Just take a look outside this window here, guys. That is New Riff Distilling. 4 years ago, they made a mash. They had their own yeast strain. They made it, they turned it, they put it in the bourbon, and now 4 long, glorious years later, it is ready for pickup. Now, Marty, you want to give them the bad news?
Yes, it is currently not available at the party stores. However, we will be. It'll be available on a retail basis come September. We're a little iffy on the exact dates, but that's what we keep hearing.
However, if you have to have a bottle, they are selling them in the New Riff Distilling gift shop only.
While supplies last.
While supplies last. That is very, very true. And so, I mean, this box is gorgeous. It is amazing. It is a full representation of their still. Lovely words, lovely artwork. But 4 years, Marty, I've waited long enough. Look at that bottle. Would you do the honor?
It's striking, Jo. I mean, I tell you, we kind of scoff at packaging from time to time, but this is truly something to behold.
It really is.
It's got this sort of frosted matted black on the top, leading into the New Riff logo, and then as it kind of tapers down.
Here. All in 3D, extended out, and it says on the back right here, bottled fall 2018. You know, normally Marty would throw the box, but in
2014.
Well, 2014 says fall 2018.
That's where it's bottled. Okay.
Bottled and distilled. 2014, bottled.
Don't worry, folks. Even though it's Facebook Live, we'll still fight and bicker. So
yes,
you don't have to worry about that. But even the cardboard is top notch. I'm really impressed. You know, when Hannah, she was kind of the creative mind at New Riff, still is, and she brought in scores upon scores of different types of bottle shapes and things of that nature, and they were trying to figure out if they wanted to go squat, they decided they knocked it out of the park with this one.
They really did. Now,
Jo,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
One more thing. Another thing I just absolutely adore about it, and Marty, I know you would love this too. Right here, our high rye bourbon is bottled in bond without chill filtration, exceeding the world's highest quality. Let's see here, standard for spirit set in the 1897 Bottled in Bond Act, and they say it's 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% barley, absolutely no yeast in there. Since this is our first time we've done this, let's lubricate that cork. There we go. Now, if you guys have been watching the videos, I've been asked why I flip bottles over. There's a video explaining why, and here we go.
There it is.
There's that sound. 4 years in the making. We've been waiting on that. Look at that.
So definitely a high ride by anyone's standards at 30%, which is no surprise. We knew that it was going to be emulating the OKI, which was a fabulous source barrels that were used to kind of ring the register in the interim until this bad boy came into maturity. So,
if anybody has any comments they want to ask, feel free. You can do it there in the chat. We're always happy to do it. If not, we're going to happily review this bourbon live stream now.
Let's do it.
Reminiscent of a little bit of the OKI.
Yeah.
Some more of like the higher end private barrels that we would get. That rye really comes off.
You know, and my initial concern, and it still may, I haven't had a sip of it yet. It might still find its way. It was being at 4 years. Now, of course, they wanted to get the product out. Now I know the lion's share of the barrels are being set aside for further maturation. So I don't know what Ken's got cooking. If it's going to be something an 8 to 10 to 12 or something north of that, or a combination thereof. But we certainly we're certainly eager to get this out. Wanted to hit that 4 year sweet spot so it could be a true bourbon, really.
Yeah, and if you put this in front of me, I would swear this was MGP juice.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Getting a little spicy oak, cereal grain,
meadow flowers.
Yeah, it does have a bit of a floral
Not
essence
much
to it.
fruit at
No,
all.
no, yeah.
First thing I looked for was like banana and plum, spiced pears. Nothing. Just man, a little bit of golden honey.
Yeah,
Now that it's
I
opening up here.
definitely agree. Yeah, that's true. And it will morph a bit as we are yakking away.
That is the absolute best 4-year bourbon I've ever tasted. Holy cow.
It's a whale, yeah.
Gorgeously oaky, rich.
And we reviewed so many bourbons that are at a similar age statement or with no age statement at all. And we're getting just big corn husk, green, grassy, glycerin, all these like, boy, they only would have just left it in that barrel for a little bit longer. With this, there is absolutely, it's now I'm certainly looking forward to the older expressions as they come about down the line, but they are not doing themselves a disservice at all releasing this 4-year. This is awesome.
Yeah, I know they're in our front yard. It is very easy to look at this with stars in our eyes. Easy to look at it and just say, oh yeah, we love it because it's in our front yard.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, if Marty and I didn't like it, we would tell you. This is wonderful. This is
spicy,
I'm stepping back
long
from it.
finish. It's
Still
mouth
going.
coating. It's just a warm finish that just kind of slides on down. Delicious neat. I know some folks, this was released yesterday. I can say that since we're on Facebook Live. We usually try not to talk about days or times of the year on our video. Anyways, but I know that there was a particular employee that was going to do Manhattans, and they got some Luxardo cherries. And with that, I tell you, with that high rye mash bill and those fine
He was
cherries.
telling me about those Manhattans. He was telling me about it. And I told him, don't tell me any flavor profiles.
Yeah.
I don't want to be ruined, but I'm going to say this. There's not much fruit in here.
You're right.
Yeah, it is on the palate. It is delightfully oaky, bits of honey, dry long tannins.
Dry long spice.
Every bit of bonded element is in there. The unchilled filtration is so beautiful.
Right, and that's I think that's a really smart move on New Riff's part of A, stating their mash bill, B, indicating that they are going through non-chill filtration. So with that said, folks, if you happen upon a bottle, you can find a little, we like to call them dancers. There's this little flecks of char here and there. Not to say that that's something that's non-chill filtered, not to say that it's not filtered at all. They just don't, well, let me just, since we've got a little time to kill, I'll kind of go ahead. So chill filtration does this. They lower the whiskey to, I don't know, somewhere in the 35-degree range, would be my guess. There's the chill coming in. At that point, all these little flecks of char kind of gleam onto the fatty amino acids, and then they're a lot easier to filter out and make a cleaner product that might be more aesthetically pleasing to the market as a whole. However, bourbon aficionados, but what happens though, sorry, I'm going to add myself. But what happens though is with chill filtration, you're zapping out some of that flavor by doing so. Actually, a lot of the flavor. Absolutely. Yeah. So the trade-off is this: if you look for something that's non-chill filtered, every now and again you're going to find a little speck here and there. They're perfectly harmless.
Look like a little fiber or hair floating in there.
Nothing to be.
And we've had people bring them back and saying something's in my whiskey. That's not right.
I'm trying to see if I can find it. Actually, I mean, I don't really even see anything in this.
Watch the video in which why do I tilt the bottle? I have a close-up of the stuff floating in the bottle.
But
and I'll show you that. As I said, that's flavor.
They did a good job filtering out because I don't see any dancers.
Yeah, I don't.
And you get a richer, more robust, really more pure bourbon whiskey.
It's buttery. I am getting a slight black cherry finish now that has sat on the palate. I mean, it could just be because you said Luxardo cherries.
Oh, yeah, it has a way.
I am getting absolutely none of the tropes that I normally get from some of the bourbons, like rich banana or potassium elements. Instead, I'm getting a whole new experience in bourbon. And New Riff, you guys have, I know you've already made a name for yourself. If this is just a sample of the quality that we are going to be seeing in the future, and you're only going to get better with time,
Without-
Heaven help the bourbon market. You guys are going to dominate it.
All right. Well, there you go.
That's from
Those
me
are
here.
those are bold words, bold, caution or teetering on menacing
I know
words
this is
from J.O. But
This is
there
4
you go.
years old, but this is one of the best bourbons I've had in a
Yeah,
long
it's
time.
excellent. It really is. So there you go.
And again,
folks.
we need to do it in a blind flight because I feel like we're doing it. I'm doing it with pure fanboy glasses.
Well, and we did have. I know you had the opportunity yesterday to try some. I had the opportunity, and
We
we're
went completely
because
blind.
we knew we wanted to come in today with a sight unseen, and I'm really glad we did because it's just a real treat and just any worries that we had, being that it's kind of at that younger age statement, are completely unfounded. This is a exceedingly mature for the age, rich, robust, delicious, and flavorful.
Yeah,
and
most
that's
of the
really all you
time-
can ask for.
Yeah, like you said, we add on to this since we are live and just kind of hanging out. The normally you get like that astringency. You get that black, dark, young green char.
Yeah, I get it's
and
green and grassy
other-
English. That's
it's
what
other-
it comes to me.
Any questions for us, Rob? No? Okay.
Well, actually, I got one. So
Go ahead, Rob.
New Riff actually puts out some other stuff. Would you say that this is, of course, that stuff's going to be like gin and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But would you say that those products stack up to their bourbon?
Well, it's an Apple in his question. I'm not sure if you're able to hear that in computer land. He was asking how they stack up against some of the other expressions that New Riff has already distilled, namely their gin, their bourbon barrel gin, their White Dog, which is both the rye and the bourbon mash. It's kind of an apples to oranges sort of comparison because they are so very different. But what the commonality, Rob, is that they have top-notch quality, and they don't taste like everything else on the
No,
market.
they
They are very well aware that they're looking to carve their own path and not emulate what other distillery is selling the most bourbon now. That would be the easy way to go.
Yeah, they could have bit the bullet and they could have put out six-month-old whiskey. They could have done the 2-year mark.
Right.
They could have done the 3. They sat on it for 4 years.
Right.
In the beginning, they actually said that's what they were going to do, and kudos to
Right.
them.
And also, too, while we're talking about New Riff, we got to talk about the new Rick House that is an event center
I
that
have
is.
still not been able to.
Yes,
get
I
it.
haven't. I drive past it every day, as a matter of fact. So, I know for a fact that the barrels are in the Rick House currently. In terms of the event center, I'm not sure if all the paint's dried at this point in time, but it's over in West Newport, right off the Licking River, just as you're going into Covington off the 12th Street Bridge. And it is, the Rick House is a new construction. It is absolutely gorgeous, state-of-the-art stuff. And we've seen some artistic renderings of the event center. And I tell you, it's going to really class up West Newport, which, no offense to West Newport, but it could use a little classing up. So I'm
Says the guy from Newport.
right. So yeah, I kid because I'm from there. But anyways, it's you got to check this out. And if you haven't been to New Riff before, if you haven't been to the Party Source in a while, first of all, shame on you. Secondly, we forgive you. Thirdly, check out New Riff's tour. You just get on their website, newriffdistilling.com. They have free tours, but they got to know you got to sign up in advance in order for them to do that.
I've never
So-
had a sign up. I've always, when I've done them in the past.
So you're a VIP,
Well,
Jay.
I
I'm talking
know- I
for the
know
common
that, but
folks.
that
out
was
there.
before I was a VIP.
Oh.
I would just walk up there and.
Well, you were trespassing. That's what that was. You just didn't get caught. Don't be like J.O. Get online, sign up, all right, and take the tour. It's really cool stuff, you know. It's
Is
and
that why the guards always carried me out? After
cause
hour
and
tours
effect,
are
cause and
best.
effect, J.O. You're learning now. That's good. But
it's
and
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every 2-hour tours.
yeah. So they just
And
need.
they're free with drinks afterwards.
There you go. They just need to know who's coming. So you got to register online.
It
and
is also
check it
kid
out.
friendly because I've taken my son in there. Granted, they don't give the kids drinks.
Aw.
Yeah, but I swear this is worth the trip. I mean, it's it's
Absolutely.
an awesome tour. It's part of the Urban Artisan Tour,
It is.
Um,
It is.
and they were on it. In fact, if I remember right, they were one of the guys who helmed the creation of that. So
It's just getting sweeter, a little sweeter, and that honey note that you were
the
talking.
corn is just
It's
shiny.
yeah. It really it's nice because and that's whiskey will do that.
You know, one more thing before we sign off, Rob. If I can ask you, there's a bottle behind you. I meant to have that sitting over here, and I forgot to bring it over. because I would love to try it at Bond right now with a couple of splashes of water. Now, I'm going to put just a hair. Let's see. Go.
That's ours, sure.
Give it a go. Right now it's bonded with a little water in there. Now it is going to be, I'm going to say they probably took it down to about 90.
Really?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Marty, I can't do a review with Marty unless I get a good insult from him, which I've already got.
Yeah, I've been peppering it here and there. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
smash you over the head, but I want to keep you on your toes.
Still, no fruits, dry oak, a little bit of like black walnut, cinnamon out the wazoo.
Boy, it almost made it spicier with a little addition of water.
Oh my
especially
gosh.
on the back palate.
You're absolutely correct. A spicy sweet honey. Oh, that is lovely.
So is anybody watching this, Rob? You got? Okay, great.
Hi guys.
Hello. Thank you
I
for
hope
watching.
you're enjoying. Yeah, so man, this has just been us reviewing a new bourbon that has just hit. This is a new RIFF distilling. But man, I'm looking forward to seeing more from them.
Absolutely.
So we just wanted to do a review, see if anybody wanted to ask any questions. If not, Marty and I'm guessing we've run this about long enough.
I think so.
We put water in there, we've let it open, we've had a lot of fun reviewing this. Internet, it is up to you to make this go viral. We really want to see people talking about this bourbon. And I'm going to be really shocked if this doesn't end up as like a double gold standard award or even something akin to something mentioned in Whiskey Advocate, which he was already mentioned in Whiskey Advocate when he was building.
Certainly.
With this new bourbon, it's amazing.
It's and listen, it's your chance to, frankly, like, because I know that there was the Ranger program, so it was sort of like a pre-order program for folks that wanted to get the first batch. Frankly, I'm surprised there's any of this left. I think
I thought honestly, yeah, they must have had some set aside for it.
If you head to the new RIFF again, we don't know exactly. I popped in earlier today just to say, hey, because people are like, hey, where's the new RIFF? We're like, man, you gotta go over there. Come back here soon. But and of course, come sometime in September. The Party Source and frankly many other retailers will be having this, but always come to the Party Source. Don't mess with those other guys. And
we also got a single barrel coming. We were
We do.
the first in
We
the
do.
world allowed to pick a single barrel.
Exactly. So it pays to have a good neighbor.
Yeah, it
be a
does.
good neighbor or whatever I'm trying to say. I don't know.
I want more of this.
Let's
I
go.
really
Let's
want
drink
more.
some more.
Let's wrap this up here.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna drink some more and.
You want to prattle on some more?
I don't know. They're probably getting bored. Are we losing viewers now? Wow, we're gaining viewers? Oh no, we're holding serve. All right. Oh, Jesus Lord. All right.
I had a mouthful. I'm laughing at the fact I have a mouthful here.
All right.
Guys, all you YouTube fans out there, you know what to do. Check out your neighbors. You guys are awesome. There's a community out there. Wonderful community. Watching people's live streams, chiming in, making friends with people literally all around the globe, in which I cannot tell you how freaking awesome that is. I have made friends with guys, literally sat in chats with people who do clothing, collect Funko Pops, drink beer out on a boat while fishing, and reviewing. And this has honestly been some of the most fun I've had. I came home, my wife came home the other day, I'm sitting on the couch and I have a live stream going and she's like, you know you're not getting paid for that. And I looked at her and I said, when you play your Candy Crush game, are you doing it? When you listen to your podcast, are you doing it because you're getting paid? I'm doing this because I love it.
There you go.
And so guys, spread the love. Check out those other channels. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. You know, a lot of them return it in kind. And honestly, what's that?
I was just gonna say, going on in the comments right now, there's My Bourbon Journey. They said cheers, guys, and they also said I need some of that stuff.
Oh,
And
hey,
then-
My Bourbon Journey, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Like this guy. I've been working with him. Marty, I'm sorry. Marty has not been working with that. Marty,
I, on the other hand, get paid to do this, ladies and gentlemen. So, sorry, J.O.
I drink.
No, I have fun. I have
for
fun too,
myself a
but
little bit here.
yeah.
And then drunken one.
Yes.
Hey, drunken one. It's good to see you, man. The camera's facing backwards.
What's he
so
saying? Will you shut up? What is he saying, Rob?
Drunken one's just saying hi.
Oh, hi,
He's
drunken
popping
one.
in.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought he had a little more to offer. Not that that's not
I'm
enough.
sorry.
Guys.
These guys are old friends to me. I've been hanging out,
I
talking
gotcha.
with them. So I'm excited to see you guys on here as well as anybody else out there. If you haven't already, check out each other's channels. And honestly, I know some of you are a long way away, but this is well worth to come in to get. This is amazing. This is, again, fanboy talking. I think this may be my choice of the year so far.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It has it all. Gorgeous packaging. More importantly, the juice inside is exquisite. And so if you're into a complex, full-bodied, a little bit on the spicy side, it's not, this ain't fruit juice, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
this
it's
is some seriously complex high rye bourbon, and I think it's definitely to be savored. And it's really cool to check out something, and it's it's so new, and it's neat to be able to sample it and share it with folks out there, and get you kind of hip to the new kid in town. And it's definitely the new RIFF bourbon here.
Man, definitely a hip new kid. Really cool. He's that kid that you saw who just showed up in your neighborhood. He was scooting down on his his skateboard with those jams from the 80s, early 90s, and you just thought, if only I could be as cool as that kid, everybody would like me. He was also sporting that new wave haircut. That's what this was.
Wow.
Going back to
I'm
it.
not sure if Ken would like that comparison, but
All
in
right,
any event,
so yeah,
hey,
that's thinking about myself back in the late 80s, early 90s, what I thought cool was.
I couldn't imagine you in the late 80s.
You don't want to,
God.
man. Fortunately, I didn't have the curse of wearing glasses, but I was skinny, I was short, and I had big feet.
And what's changed? Anyway. All
Thanks,
right,
Marty.
I met my quota of insults, so I think we could go ahead and sign off. We really appreciate you. You can see I quite enjoyed my time here, but we certainly appreciate you watching. And yeah, you gotta check this out as soon as you can get your hands on some of this. Do so in a hurry. Rob, do we have any other questions or concerns or? Do we have any complaints from our viewers?
Well, Donald Brown said he picked up a bottle of this and he's really excited to try it out.
Awesome,
too,
Donald.
so.
Thanks
Right
for the
on.
feedback there, man.
And your excitement is well founded, sir. You're really gonna enjoy this, I think.
Man, I'm flabbergasted. I mean, man, I'm thinking you've heard me gush at how good it is. You can see Marty's face. I think he's ready to wrap this up. So, give us a like, give us a subscribe, a share, all that stuff.
Yeah, all the above.
Check out all the other guys out there. And until next time, enjoy your bourbon and cheers.
Cheers.
Wink those glasses.
Better when it's
It does sound better when it's full.